Hello friends and fans, this is ThomasZoey3000 here, and I'm back with another unboxing, review, and running session video. And yes, it's of another brand new model train to add to my collection. And this is a unique one, for it comes with an onboard speaker for real locomotive sound. So this is a DCC engine complete with sound. So that makes it my second engine in my collection to have that. The other one being Large Scale Thomas, which hopefully one day I'll be able to show to you guys. Hopefully. But we'll just have to wait and see to find out. This one though, you don't have to wait and see to see in action. Ugh, my words are messed up this morning. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is the Bachmann digital sound set Echo Valley Express. This is a set I've been wanting to get for a long time, and now here it is. This is the other item I ordered alongside those Thomas Erdels and Wooden Trevor from Totally Thomas Town. Though with this set, I ordered it direct from Bachmann. Yeah, I figured, give it a try. And I'm glad I did, because this set, although not open yet, looks magnificent. And I, for one, can't wait to try it out. And the way it's going to work in this video is that I will open up the box, show you everything on the inside, then I'll set up the actual set, which I didn't do with the Monopoly set or the Pacific Flyer set. Yeah, there we go. But I'm going to start doing that now, and then I'll get the engine and its train onto the layout. But that's later on. For now, let's have a good look at the box. As you can see here, it says this is a 56 by 38 oval of snap fit nickel silver easy track, which is always a good sign. And you can see a beautiful picture here of the Echo Valley Express itself, complete with the steam engine. I went for the steam engine because I happen to love steam engines. And this is of Southern Railroad number 7080, a 260 Alco steam locomotive. Coming with the engine is a Peabody short line hopper car, then a Pennsylvania Railroad gondola, and a Southern Railroad caboose. And since this is a train set, it does come with a controller. Now normally I just push the controllers aside because I already got enough of them, but this is a DCC controller, so I won't be doing that this time. Yeah, I'm gonna need it to run this engine and its train. And now I'm going to show you the rest of the box before I finally open it. It's been really difficult to not just tear into the packaging and just get the whole thing out. But, I wanted to do this on camera, so that's why it's still sealed up. So all around the box you get this beautiful image of the Echo Valley Express. And I think it's still going to be available for the 2020 lineup. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. I've yet to get the 2020 catalog, but then again, it hasn't been released yet, so can't really say anything just yet. And there's what the box has, and an easy way to expand this little layout. And I will actually expand it because I do have some more nickel silver track. That coming from the Thomas Kincaid Christmas Express set. And that set, by the way, cost me $75. This one's a little bit more, but you know what? I think it's well worth it. Now I'll say this, I'm not going to get every single steam engine or even diesel engine out there. But you know what? For whatever I do get, it'll be a fun experience just getting it and then adding it to my collection. And I'm going to enjoy them no matter what. And for the heck of it, I'm still going to try. Yeah, I'm still going to try to get as many engines as possible. And rolling stock, because I seem to have more locomotives than I do of rolling stock. Well, let's change that, shall we? Alright. Enough gawking at the box. Let's finally open it up. Let's put the garbage on the floor. I'll clean it up later. Actually been doing a little bit of work around here lately. you guys will get to see that at some point in the near future. Alright. Let's see, I'm just trying to put you somewhere where you'll be able to see all this. Hopefully without me dropping the camera. Okay. Alrighty. I am about to drop the camera, so sorry for the crinkling sound. Trying to get rid of the plastic that's on my table. Alright, so here's the set without all the plastic wrapping on it. Now, let's finally get it open. Small little tab down here, if I can ever get it open. Alright. So exciting. My first DCC set. With sound, no less. I'm gonna need my hands for both my hands for this one. So I'm doing this on the table. If that makes any sense. Doing this on the table instead of the floor. You know what? Forget what I just said there. I'm just too excited for my own. But yeah, here it is. The engine and its wagons. Well, I guess I can call them freight cars now. Now I just need something to open this with. Unless... Yeah, I'm going to need something to open this with. Let's see. Where are my scissors? Oh, there they are. Camera, focus up. Come on. That's all I need to do. The rest will be easy. Easy pickings. Alright. So, that's that. I can get the scissors out of the way now. So I'll put them to the side. Alright. So let's have a look at the gondola. Actually, I can't speak today. If it'll ever come out. Alright, so we have a Pennsylvania Railroad gondola. Very nice. And prototypical for a steam engine to have. I always question that CN gondola I got with the Pacific Flyer set. Because CN Rail hadn't changed that logo at the time that those Union Pacific steam engines were around. So it's nice to have. Anyway, here's a Southern Railroad caboose. Got a fair amount of weight to it, so that's good. Nice amount of details. Alright, I'm just going to put the caboose over here and the gondola. And now for the hopper car, which does come with one of those loads. I can always remove the load if I wish to. Yeah, the Peabody short line car. It's got a lot of nice rivet details on the sides. I'm actually going to do some research in between each segment of this video, just so that way I can find out if the Peabody short line was around at the time that these beautiful steam engines were around. Because at this very moment, I have no idea. If you guys do know, let me know in the comment section, though I'll probably know by the time this video is ready to finish. And now, here's our steam engine, which, unlike many of my other train set engines, actually comes in a block of ice. I'm going to use both hands for this one. Alright. Come on now. Ooh. It's stiff now. I'm going to keep that to the side. And here she is. Southern Railroad number 7080. Excuse me a minute. Sorry about that. Phone started ringing. Yeah. One of those prank callers. Yeah. Anyway, back to our engine here. We have Southern Railroad number 7080. And my goodness, does it ever look impressive. I mean, seriously, from the front, you can see a lot of gorgeous details. The smokebox door, for example, looks very realistic. The numbers applied on there very nicely, number 7080. And of course, comes with these little handrails down here, which are separately fitted parts. More railings along the front. And you can see the running board, which... Are they metal? Yep, they're made of metal. Awesome. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the engine has a front coupler and a plow at the front. It's always a nice sign. Oh, and it's also got a lamp there, which is a nice feature because you're getting a DCC engine, you're going to want it with lights. Now we look here to the side. You can see the pilot truck is right there. You can see a nice little builder's plate there. Not exactly legible, but you know what? It still looks pretty good. You got separately fitted handrails along here, domes, and a very nice looking bell, which is very different compared to the Monopoly engine and number 4432 of the Union Pacific. And there's the cylinder, what are they called again? The rods. That's it, the rods. The rods. And actually, if you look onto the picture of the box, you'll notice that this part of the linkage motion, I think that's what it's called, is not present on the box. Yet on the model, you actually do get that. So that's a really nice bonus. Now moving along here, you got compressors here. The whistles are along here, and I think they are made of metal. I think. Well, even if they're plastic, that's sturdy plastic. I mean, very, very sturdy. You can see some more piping along the side here of the locomotive, which is always a good sign to look at. And even more pipings along the underside of the running board. And there's even nice details in the frames between the wheels. It's always a nice sign to look at. And then you got the Southern Railways logo there, as well as the number 7080. And if we actually turn the locomotive as best we can, I don't know if we can see any cab detail. Well, there's detail in there, but I don't think it's painted. Not 100% sure. I'm actually going to have a look. Nope, no, it's not painted. So that's one downgrading factor with this locomotive. Not a very good thing, really. Not a very good thing. But at least there's detail on the inside, and you can always add a crew in there if you wish. And there's plenty of rivets along the side of the locomotive, though, so that's a nice bonus. Looking to the top of the roof, some details up there, but unfortunately the air fans cannot be opened, so that's not a very good sign. But, you know, it's nice that we at least have them up there. And there's the coal load in the tender, and it says on here Southern. It's really good, and by the looks of it, it's got metal wheels on the tender. Very good, because that means it will pick up power on the tracks, which is really good. Okay, moving to the back now. We can see the step ladder going up to the top of the tender, and we got a light. I think that's a working light in the back. I certainly hope so for an expensive model like this. Then we got the separately fitted handrails along here, the nice coupler down here, even more nice rivets. It's very good, very, very good. And the other side looks really good too. We don't have a compressor on this side, but that's okay. You only need it on the one side anyways, I believe. And if we look to the top of the tender here, you can actually see the water spout. Well, the tap for the water tank, actually. Gosh, I'm not even speaking perfectly today, am I? Oh well. I guess it's just because I'm super excited to just have this locomotive in my collection and to finally be able to run it. So that's really nice. Now you think this is where this part of this video would end, right? Wrong, because we gotta see what else is in that box. So I'll move the locomotive over here, And I'm just going to pull out the other end of that box. Alright. So in here we have a set of instructions on how to operate the set. Oop, something fell. What was that fell? I'm going to find out. Oh, these are the little pads for the DCC controller. Okay, so yeah, you'll be able to write on them and you'll know which locomotive is in there. Or you're running, yeah. Hopefully when we get into the running portion of this video, it'll be a lot easier. And I'll actually be speaking clearly. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we do have some nickel silver track. Some nice curves and more straights. I think there's about... How many do we have in there? 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them in there. And over here we have the DCC controller. Let's see if I can get that out. Can I? I have to tear into the box. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Normally I don't bother looking at the controllers, but in this case, we can. So here we are with our DCC controller. This part works pretty much like any HO scale train set I've got, but now it has the directional buttons for forward or back, stop, function, and then these buttons here. Of course, it won't work because there's no power going to it yet. And of course, we do have a power plug in here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start setting this thing up. We will get into the test running of number 7080 after I'm done. And after I get this table out of the way. And yeah, we're just going to get into some running. So, I'll be back in a few minutes for me, but it'll be just a second for you. Okay, so the locomotive is now on the track and ready to run. I actually had to test it before doing this segment of the video, just to make sure it works. And because I'm new to DCC, you see, but it does work, as you can tell by the sounds. And here's the controller. I have it set on that function right there. And as long as you follow the instructions that come with your set, you'll be okay with it. Now, to activate the sounds and the lights, you got the function button here. When you press function, that will flash. When you press number 10 here, you can turn on the light. And you actually look to the back here, there is a light for the engine on the back end of the tender. How cool is that, ladies and gentlemen? Number 4 has hissing steam. Number 1 is the bell. Number 3, short whistle blast. Number 2 is the long whistle blast. Ready for it? You know, during the upcoming running session, I will be blowing that whistle quite a bit. Number 5, nothing. There's also some instructions here on the sounds of the locomotive to really help you out, so you can better understand what sounds your engines can make. Basically, with the 260 here, which is what this is, I'm trying to do this all with one hand. This is why I was using the table, by the way. Makes things a lot easier. Yeah. Right there are the sounds. You got the headlights, bell, whistle, or air horn, depending if it's a diesel, short whistle or short air horn, steam release or dynamic brake. Nothing on F5. F6 is the smoke. You got a dimmer on F7. Let's actually turn on the light and find out for ourselves. Oh, that is really cool. And F8 is mute, but we want the sound. Actually, we'll turn off the sound so that way you guys can actually see this thing running. How cool is that? It also does have these directional buttons, which I did show earlier. And I got the engine going in forwards. If I switched it to back, it's silent, much like many of my other steam engines. But we want sound. So what I'm going to do now is turn the sound back on. Doesn't that sound amazing? I personally can't wait to see what the large-scale Thomas will look like and sound like when it's running. But I still got to get some track for that one. So, without anything else to say, let's just get the locomotive running, shall we? And excuse the mess back there. I bet you're wondering, can you activate the sounds when the engine's running? Yes. The answer is yes. Sorry for the shaky shots. I'm kind of in the oval right now. And there we go. Number 7080 has had her break-in runs. And like the last model train video I did, this is actually a second day's worth of filming. For two reasons. One, the camera's battery was almost dead. And two, well, I just need a little bit of rest so I can get my head back into the game. Ugh. The reason I filmed on the table was so that way, you know, I don't cramp up my legs even though I was on the floor for the previous segment. But, that's okay. Yeah, I can do both. Doesn't really matter. Okay, now that's finally been said, let's turn the sounds back on, shall we? And while number 7080 sits there, allow me to show you the expanded short layout. This is using almost all of the Bachmann nickel silver easy tracks. Now I'm going to have to go around here. Once again, I'm right into this little setup, so it's not really easy to film the entire thing. Or at least get it all within one shot. Yeah. I have to say though, I really like the sounds and love the operations of this little locomotive. I did notice it was a little herky-jerky at times, but you know what? When you see it run at a nice moderate speed, not slow, but moderate speed, you hardly notice it at all. Oh yeah, it's definitely a good little engine and definitely a good train. I will say this though, that at the time of filming this video, I didn't do any research on the Peabody hopper or the short line itself. So I have no idea. I'm going to rely on you guys to tell me that, okay? Also, I want to hear from you guys. Do you have a 260 Alco steam locomotive in your collection from Bachmann? If so, which railroad does it belong to? Is it Southern 7080, or its long-lost cousin, the 7082? Or is it any of the other railroad engines? And if you don't have one, are you planning on getting one? Love to hear from you in the comment section down below. In the meantime, though, I think it's best we get this engine and its train running around this moderate-sized layout. And actually, before we do begin, I will say, though, that this whole layout, it was a lot bigger when I basically started building it this morning. These are the two remaining straight tracks that I have that are nickel silver and have the gray ballast. Unfortunately, I'm not able to expand the layout. See that little bump there? Yeah, the locomotive had trouble just climbing that little gradient there. And when it wasn't, the Peabody hopper kept becoming derailed. Well, not derailed, it kept coming uncoupled. There we go. And even after a full day, my words are still messed up. Yeah. Oh well. That's what happens when I'm super excited about, something new to add to my collection. Anyways, enough yik-yak. Let's see the train set in action, and then we'll move on to the layout. And who knows, maybe in the next video, I might do something a little special. Maybe. Guess we'll find out. In the meantime, it's time to go. Alright, now that's forwards operation, but what about backwards reverse operations? Well, for interest's sake, we'll uncouple 7080 from this train and send it around to the back end to couple up to the caboose. So I'll just do that right now. Alright, 7080, we'll meet you on the other side of the train. Also, excuse the mess back there. Although some of that stuff will give you some hints into upcoming videos. Alright, let's see here. Are they coupled up? No, they're not. Alright, now they're coupled up. I know the caboose would be on the other end of the train, but we'll have it in front of the locomotive for a little change of pace. Now watch this. When I flip the switch to go in reverse, there you go. The front light becomes dim. Actually, I think I did show you that part. Oh well. Either way, let's go backwards now. And now for a few shots of 7080 in reverse. And that's it for operations on the small little layout. So before we actually get on to operations on my main layout, the question remains, would I recommend this set? It's a bit expensive, I will admit, but you know what? You get 3 great pieces of rolling stock, plus a great locomotive. And even though it doesn't come with painted details inside the cab, the rest of the model certainly makes up for that missing piece. But that's alright. Plus, how many Bachmann engines can you say have lights on the front and the back? Let alone have a coupler on the front to allow you to basically run backwards along the line. Well, based on my experiences over the last year, I can honestly say this is a first. My Mystery Engine 6200, the K4, as well as the Monopoly engine and 4432 do have couplers at the front, but it doesn't really mean that you can run trains in reverse with those locos. 7080 here is an exception, as well as my Bachmann British engines. But if we're just talking about Canadian/American engines, then 7080 is a loner right now. That's alright though. I usually run my trains forwards anyways. But yes, I definitely recommend the Echo Valley Express. It's a great set to have in your collection. And if you don't already have Southern number 7080, then I recommend the set just primarily to get her. The sounds are fantastic, and generally overall, it's just a great little engine. We'll get one more shot of it on this little layout on the carpet, and then it's on to the layout. I think this might be my longest video to date. Well, we'll find out real soon. Well, as much fun as that floor layout was, it's good to be back on my main layout. And as you can see, number 7080 is at the front of her train, and she's ready to go. However, her headlight's not on, and she's not making any sound. Why is that? Well, it's namely due to the fact I haven't plugged in the DCC controller, which I'm actually going to show you right now. Normally I don't do this, but for the heck of it. So here we have our DCC controller, and yes, I've marked it as 7080 right there for our main locomotive. You also notice I got it connected to its main power cord. Why is that? Well, I actually tried the conversion of power cords, you know, taking it from this controller and putting it in the DCC one. However, it wouldn't work. So, yeah, it won't work. But the red wire does work, as I will now show you. It's a little bit messy underneath my layout table, so I won't show you the actual plug-in of the DCC controller. However, I will show you the connection with the red wire. I've also unplugged the original controller to basically allow me, you know, to save on electricity. Alright, so the controller is now plugged in. Well, almost. We are just missing that red wire. Not a problem. Just going to put it there for the time being, and I will show you. The red wire now goes in here. Try to do this all one hand. You know what? I'm going to need both hands on this one. Sorry, guys. Alright, but now the engine's not making any sounds at all. That's because I pressed the stop button, which basically cuts off the power. But this is what happens when I press the stop button again. There you go. Headlights on. There's the dimmer, so it's not so bright, but we do want it bright. And now, without any further ado, let's get our engine running. See if I can untangle all the cables and put it somewhere out of the way. There we go. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And now we'll get the other train running, which is running on DC power. I should tell you that this engine has recently undergone a little bit of an overhaul. Excuse me, almost let out a cough there. Let's get over to the tunnel and see which engine it is. Got some tools in the way here. Sorry, guys. So let's see who it is. It's 4432. And taking the spotlight away from Southern 7080, watch this. I don't know how. I don't know why. But 4432 is running better now than when she first came out of the box. How crazy is that? Now I'll give you your first full shot at number 7080. If I can keep the camera steady. Sorry, guys. And she comes round the bend. Now, on to the operating section. And that, my friends, is the entire review, unboxing, and running session of the Bachmann Echo Valley Express set, complete with the actual set in the video. I honestly don't have anything else more to say, except it's a great set, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. You can buy direct from Bachmann like I did, or, you could just order from your local hobby shop, or anywhere that sells model trains for a lower price. I don't mind the price I paid, so it's alright with me. Alright, we'll catch one more shot of number 7080 going over the level crossing here, blowing its whistle and ringing its bell, and then that's it. Because really, there is nothing more for me to say. So until next time, my friends, I'm ThomasZoey3000. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm signing off. See you guys later.